What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Comically Boston, episode 43. I know, same shirt, different day. I filmed the Last of Us video, now I'm filming the Oscars video, different day. The Last of Us episode 9 season finale video came out yesterday. Go check out that if you haven't already. And if you have, thank you very much. Welcome today to March 14th, 2023. Comically Boston episode 43. We are talking about the Oscars today. I loved I do love Kimmel. Some of Kimmel's jokes are hit or miss. Some of Kimmel's jokes are just right enough to get a chuckle out of you. Not a gut laugh, but just a, oh, Kimmel. You know, and some of his jokes are just, you're meant to laugh at him, not with him. And I think he's okay with that. I think he's perfectly fine with being the butt of a joke. And he had some great jokes though, but I did like his opening monologue. He was kind of shitting on Steven Spielberg. He's like, whatever. You know, like he's just shitting all over everybody, shitting on Will Smith for last year. And he's like, so if anyone wants to come up on stage and beat my ass, he goes, you're gonna have problems. He goes, you're gonna have to go through Adonis Creed. Shows Michael B. Jordan. You're gonna have to go through Mando. And it shows Pedro. Pedro's like, you know, Pedro looked good last night, man. Everyone's daddy on the internet. He presented with Elizabeth Olsen, which that pairing was, woo, dynamite. Both wearing black. Ooh, Elizabeth Olsen looking oh so spectacular. Love to see her looking amazing. Gotta have some more Scarlet Witch in my future. Michael B. Jordan, Jonathan Majors, gotta go see Creed 3. I rewatched Creed 1 the other day. And man, that got me in my feels, man. I was like tearing up watching that movie. And I really got to rewatch Creed 2, but I think I remember that one a little bit better than I remembered the first because it's been so long. But Jonathan Majors, always a stud. I love that these two are going to be making more films and describing themselves as Pacino and De Niro and that type of thing. Those two studs, good to see them. They'll be back in action soon, probably, if I know them. Just talk real quick about what didn't win last night. The Banshees of INSHERIN, ELVIS, and The Fabelmans in Tar didn't win any Oscars last night, even though being nominated. And let's go down who won. So for Best Animated Performance, or Best Animated Film, Guillermo del Toro won for Pinocchio. Love Guillermo del Toro. I love that he was like, you're gonna have to fight. Kimmel in his beginning monologue was like, you're gonna have to fight my good pal Guillermo. I know he looks nice, but he's vicious. And then they cut to Guillermo del Toro. He goes, no, not that Guillermo, my Guillermo. They cut to the mustached Guillermo from Kimmel's late night show. But so they won for their stop animation for Pinocchio, which I thought was an amazing film. I haven't seen an animated film stop motion like that and looked so good in ever, let alone sometime. Best actor in a supporting role goes to Ke Huy Quan, and best actress in a supporting role goes to Jamie Lee Curtis. So shout out to them. They both absolutely crushed it, and I loved that both their speeches were amazing and got me all teary-eyed, and they're both first-time nominees, I believe, and first-time winners. And Jamie Lee Curtis has been a hell of a career, and Ke Huy Quan's story is unbelievable. I can't wait to see him in Loki Season 2. And if you guys haven't seen Everything Everywhere All at Once, it is such an amazing film. And they won quite a lot of things. We're going to keep going through them here. Cinematography goes to All Quiet on the Western Front, best cinematography. And international feature film and production design and original score also goes to All Quiet on the Western Front. Makeup and hairstyling goes to The Whale for Brendan Fraser's performance as the Whale, and so pretty much his ginormous fat suit makeup that they had to put on him, and it looks flawless. You can tell it's Brendan Fraser because he's the actor, obviously, but you can't tell that it's Brendan Fraser. Like, everyone was like, wow, Brendan Fraser looks like shit. He put on a lot of weight, and he just was in this movie. Like, he looks great. Like, if you look at him, like, just sitting in front row at the Oscars, he looked great. Good, and he gave a pretty good speech, too. And I'm very proud and happy that he won for his role. He won actor in a leading role. So I really thought that was going to go to Austin Butler for Elvis. and because Austin did an amazing job, but that was Austin's first nominee. I don't know if this was Brendan's first nomination, but I think it might have been his first win. But he won for The Whale, and he kind of made his comeback to acting just like Ke Huy Quan. So this is a big year for the people that just, you know, did great things, man. Just studs, absolute studs. And so they won for hairstyling and for best actor in a leading role. So congratulations, Brendan Fraser in The Whale. I haven't seen that movie, but it looks good. I gotta check it out. Ruth, what is her name? Ruth Carter? I don't want to mess it up. I think it's Ruth Carter, this beautiful woman here, won for Black Panther Wakanda Forever for costume design, and I believe she won the same award for the first Black Panther. So the only films in the Marvel Cinematic Universe that have won Oscars are both for Ruth Carter, in both Black Panther movies. So congratulations, Black Panther. I thought maybe best original song should have gone to Rihanna, but I'm glad it went to RRR for Not To Not To. Once again, if you haven't seen RRR, it is an absolute amazing film. These two guys from the movie, the dude on the right and the dude on the left here, the brown pants and the gray. I watched the movie originally in Hindu, but it's out on Netflix now in American. And it is such, like, even if you put it on mute and you don't listen to the words that they're saying, because if you're English and you can't understand, read the subtitles, follow the story. The story that this movie tells, you know, it's a little crazy, but it's so fun and so funny and crazy and, oh man, and heartfelt. It's a great film and story. And the guy that wrote the song is this guy with the white beard on the right, and his speech was fucking amazing. He like sang his speech, like, and he doesn't look like necessarily someone that can sing, but he like sang, like he sang his little acceptance speech and like remixed a Carpenter song to like his speech, and it was amazing. I really liked it. I thought his what he had to say was amazing. Moving on to best original screenplay was Everything Everywhere All at Once. Adapted screenplay was won by Women Talking. Also a movie I haven't seen, but I've heard was very good, so maybe check that out. Best animated short film was The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse. And I don't know if you guys have seen this little image here of this that I'm showing. If you've seen this going around on like Instagram or Twitter, little people grab clips from the short film of parts of them talking, and I've been posting it. Didn't even realize I've watched this whole short film. Didn't even realize I was watching the short film that won the Oscar. And this little short film, animated short film, is amazing, and it tells a very heartfelt story, and it will bring some tears to your eyes. No joke. For sound, not even best sound, like just for sound. That's the category for sound. Top Gun Maverick won. So that was the only award won by Top Gun Maverick. Good for them. And it was pretty, that movie did sound pretty great with the fighting jets and whatnot. Best editing and directors, right? So they won best editing and best director for Everything Everywhere All at Once, the Daniels. Congratulations to them. They won a bunch of awards last night. Best actress in a leading role was Michelle Yeoh. Best Picture presented by Harrison Ford is Everything Everywhere All at Once. They won 7 out of their 11 nominations. Congratulations to them. Everything Everywhere All at Once. Their hot dog fingers. I can't believe that crazy movie won so many awards, but I can believe it because these two guys, the Daniels, the directors, they're amazing, and it was a crazy story. But throughout the craziness in all of it, the fact that you were able to follow this seamless craziness that's going on, like everything was nuts. Everything was nuts, but yet you were able to follow the story that they were trying to tell, and then all the craziness didn't matter. It had nothing to do with the story. You know, like the multiverse, the craziness, everything that happened really wasn't the story. The story was of this Asian immigrant family, or I don't know if they're immigrants, but this Asian family that's living in a laundromat and struggling and unable to pay their taxes, and like how your decisions change your life, and how if you didn't make this decision, your life went this way, and if you didn't make this decision, your life goes that way. Like it's an amazing story, and it's just and then it's really a story between a daughter and a mother, and being able to communicate and love each other, and oof, it's amazing. It's amazing. If you haven't gone and seen it, please go check it out. And I can't wait again to see Ki-Hu Kwan in Loki season 2. Him seeing Indiana Jones. He played Short Round in Temple of Doom, I believe. I think that's Indiana Jones 2 or 3. So like 20, 30 years ago, when Harrison Ford was a young man. So, you know, they win Best Picture, him and Harrison Ford. They must be protected at all costs. Ki-Hu Kwan is a national treasure. But it's amazing. It's amazing to see that film doing so well and getting the recognition that they deserve. All Quiet on the Western Front I saw, and that was great too. And I didn't think it should have won Best Picture, but I definitely thought it should have won for what it did, the cinematography. They won cinematography, and they won International Feature Film in Production Design and Original Score. So they won 4, I believe. But Everything Everywhere All at Once takes the cake. They won 7 out of 11. Congratulations to them. Absolute studs. Best Visual Effects went to Avatar 2. That obviously should have won Best Visual Effects. I've seen a lot of movies this year. I've seen quite a few in theaters. I've seen even more at home. And there's nothing that looks as good as Avatar 2. And this fucking whale. This whale. Plo Koon, whatever his name was. Plo Koon. And then just how the fire looks in the background. How good Jake and Neytiri look. That movie is absolutely stunning. And that, like, movies like Avatar, Top Gun, Elvis, things that should have won, but still great films. You know, still great films that you should see and go check out. And I hope you saw in the theaters, because it really touched my heart seeing that shit in the theaters, and hope it touched yours too. And I guess we'll end with how good Rihanna looks pregnant. She just never will ever look bad. She had 1 kid, now she's having a 2nd, so she's gotten the bug, and maybe A$AP Rocky just wants to make as many kids with this gorgeous woman as possible. But shout out to them. A$AP, Rihanna, the babies, baby 1, baby 2, baby 2 on the way. Love you all, love your music, love both your musics, love you guys together. And I think he's, you know, a stunning dude as well. But she is just by far the most gorgeous woman on the planet. Shout out to Rihanna, and that song "Lift Me Up" is a tearjerker. And by far all of the songs, like original song went to RRR Natu Natu, and that song is catchy as fuck. And in that movie, it's amazing, but it's also more funny. Like, but it's also a scene. Like, that song is part of the scene. If it's not there, that scene makes no sense. You know what I mean? So. And it's in the middle of the movie, so it's a little different. Rihanna's song was played right before the credits, and then I believe into like the first post-credit scene. And hers was also a part of the movie, but it was sad. You know, like it was about Chadwick Boseman and the loss of him. You know, like, and you see Shiri crying. Like, her song just hit so much harder, especially in theaters. I've been crying a lot to movies, and I don't think that's necessarily something bad to say. I just think it's true, you know. Like, movies are my #1 favorite thing, and I've always been a movie guy. My entire life I've loved movies, and for some reason I've always loved watching these award shows and just hearing what my favorite actors from my favorite movies have to say in them. You know, not their characters. What do their characters have to say we saw in the film? But what they have to say as human beings, I find so much more interesting. Like, hearing Matthew McConaughey's speeches. Like, I always thought Matthew McConaughey was kind of a Hollywood stuck-up guy. But then you hear him talk, and you're like, oh, man, he's just kind of a country boy, and he's just, like, he thinks his own way. Like, he's just, I'm alright. You know, like, you gotta keep living, man. L-I-V-I-N. Just gotta keep living, man. And, you know, like, some of my favorite actors, man. Hearing Jonathan Majors have to say what he carries around a little cup, because you are your vessel, and you can only fill you up, and you can only pour you out. Nobody else can do that for you. And I think that's a beautiful message. And not all these actors in Hollywood are douchebags, and I like to see the ones that I've really grown to love in these movies being good people. And then once I rock with the people in these shows, then I really rock with the movies that they do. Like Pedro, I could see Pedro Pascal do fucking anything at this point. Like, I'm gonna watch those movies. Jonathan Majors over this last year has won me over. Anything that he's in, I'm gonna watch. He was in Devotion, he was in Kang, he was Kang the Conqueror in Loki, and in Ant-Man, which I'm a Marvel fan, I'm gonna watch anyways. But I watched Devotion, that movie. He was in The Harder They Fall, incredible in that movie. He was in White Boy Rick, which I watched, but apparently not good enough because I completely forgot that he was in that. He's coming out with another movie soon. Oh, he's in Creed 3, which I have to see. He's in something else, and then he's also going to be in Loki Season 2, probably. So, that dude just got me, like, right underneath his fingernails, right where I need to be. He's got me locked in. But Michelle Yeoh, you know, being a 6-year-old woman and her winning this award, congratulations to her. And Jamie Lee Curtis just being a stud. Ultimately, go check out some movies, man. And I hope you guys really love these films. RRR, Everything Ever All at Once, All Quiet on the Western Front, The Batman, Elvis, you know, even the ones that didn't win, I still thought were amazing films. And I hope you guys like this video. And I hope you guys comment below, did you watch the Oscars last night or did you choose to watch The Last of Us? I had to watch both because I couldn't choose. But I should have maybe stopped at 9 o'clock, watched The Last of Us, then gone back to the Oscars and skipped through the commercials. Because those commercials fucking suck. I literally can't watch live TV because commercials are so bad. But that's it for me, y'all. That's 2 videos knocked down. Go check out The Last of Us episode 9 video. And I hope you guys like this video talking about the Oscars and all the winners and Jimmy Kimmel and everything that went on. And shout out Pedro Pascal, my guy. Always looking at you. Always checking at you. Always looking back. And I hope one day to be as much as a daddy as Pedro Pascal. Well, that's it for me. I'm Big Cam. Like, comment, subscribe, DM me. My link's in the description down below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. We'll be talking about Mandalorian probably tomorrow or Thursday. So stay tuned for that. And I'll see you guys soon. Peace.